If you love playing older generation titles on PC, then sometimes it is a pain to see that the game you love the most is hard-locked at 60 FPS. Even some older PC games are hard-locked at 30 FPS, which is considered unplayable for most of us PC players. But don't worry guys, as in this video, I am going to show you how you can play those hard-locked games at higher FPS and with better visual quality by using this software called Lossless Scaling. In case you don't know, Lossless Scaling is an application that packs several upscaling methods, along with its very own machine learning frame generation technique, all built into one single app. It costs around $6, and its pricing might differ depending upon your region, as per Steam's regional pricing. And the best thing is, you can use any of these upscaling methods with Lossless Scaling's own frame generation technique on almost any modern computer hardware, whether it's a low-end system, mid-end, high-end, or an enthusiast-level system, unless and until you're on Windows 10 version 2004, or you're using a Steam Deck or a Steam OS-based device. Now guys, for your information, I am going to show how you can double or further multiply the frame rates of those games that runs at locked 30 or 60 FPS with the help of Lossless Scaling. Okay, let me first show you the most optimal settings that I use for those games that don't go beyond 30 or 60 FPS. After you purchase the Lossless Scaling app from Steam, install the application, and hit the launch button to open the app. After that, under Game Profiles, you're only going to see this default preset out of the box. You can either tweak your settings from here, or my advice would be that instead of changing anything from the default preset, make separate presets for each type of games. So, for this, we need to hit this blue-colored plus icon located over here. Then give a name to the preset. Let's give it, 30/60, locked, games, all in caps. Yep, then click on this blue add button. Then you will see your new preset popping up under the Game Profiles section. After that, set the frame generation option to LSFG 3.1. Now, if you have a very high refresh rate monitor, say 165 Hz or 240 Hz, then choose the frame generation mode to adaptive and set the frame rate target as per your monitor refresh rate. Remember that the more you increase the FPS target value, the more it will increase the latency between each frame. So if you also want a very minimal input latency, then either set the target to 120 FPS, or just change the frame gen mode to fixed, and set the multiplier value to 2x. One of the selling points of Lossless Scaling is that you can even use 3x and 4x frame generation on most of your games, without even requiring to own a NVIDIA GeForce 50 series GPU. On top of this, you can even go beyond 4x frame generation, which is up to 20x. Yes, that's right. You have the option to play your games using 20x frame gen, but seriously speaking, if you want to taste the multi-frame gen technique, then don't go beyond 3x or 4x values. But yeah, 2x would be more than sufficient for most of you. You can also set it to some decimal values, like 2.25, 3.75, and so on. After that, set the flow scale as per your monitor resolution. This is the flow scale target that the developer recommends, as you can see on the screen. However, to be on the safe side, keep the flow scale slider to 60%. If you see some halo or ring type effects or broken artifacts, then try decreasing or increasing the flow scale slider as per your screen, okay? Now, if you face any lag or stability issue after turning Lossless Scaling frame generation, then try toggling the performance mode here. Now, on the capture method, if your system officially supports and it's running Windows 11 24H2 version or any later version without any technical issues, then use the WGC mode for the Lossless Scaling capturing method. And for other Windows 10 or 11 users, use the DXGI mode as Lossless Scaling capturing method. In our scenario, since the games that we're going to see are already hard locked at a fixed FPS, we're going to set the Q target to 0 for now. Next, if you want to adjust your mouse cursor, you can do it from here as per your preference. Then, let the crop input values remain at the 0 values as it was before. Now, on scaling type, if the game that you're playing does not support higher resolutions, or if you play your games at a lower resolution for some reason, then you can try using any of these upscaling methods to match the game with your monitor screen's native resolution. But there's a catch. You can only use Lossless Scaling upscaling methods, only if the game has either windowed mode or borderless window display option, or both. Now if the game itself supports exclusive full screen mode only, then unfortunately, you cannot simply use LS upscaling on that particular game like this normally. But if the game does support those other display modes, then first set your game display to either windowed or borderless, and then choose any of the upscalers. I would say, go and select the scaling type to LS1, as it gives the best result most of the time. Or if you feel that the game is looking way over-sharped, then go with the FSR method. Both are great in their own ways. Then adjust the sharpness as per your preference, and toggle the optimized version setting if you face any lag or jittery issue. After that, choose the scaling mode to custom, and set the value of the factor as per your monitor resolution. For your information, set the scaling factor value according to your monitor resolution exactly among the values that you're seeing on the screen, and make sure to enable the resize before scaling option. Now on the other side, let's assume that you're running your FPS locked game at the native resolution. Then on top of that, if you just want to enhance your game a bit more, or if the game has poor or blurry anti-aliasing implementation on the top of the game that's running in native resolution and at borderless or windowed mode, then I highly suggest you using FSR as the scaling type in this situation. And then, set the scaling mode to custom, and set the scaling factor to 1, and enable this resize before scaling option again. And yes, don't use LS1 here, instead use FSR to get proper enhanced quality for your game. Now under the rendering tab, keep the sync mode at default only, and set the maximum frame latency to 1, since our games are hard locked already. If you use HDR, and also, you're on NVIDIA GPU, then enable both the HDR support and the G-Sync support options from here. If you don't use HDR, then keep it off. And also if you're using an NVIDIA GPU and your monitor supports proper G-Sync, then only enable the G-Sync support, otherwise keep this option off, especially for Intel and AMD GPUs. You can enable and disable the FPS counter from here when you want to test your game. After that, if you are using both the iGPU and the discrete GPU, then you should choose your iGPU as the preferred GPU here. Because in that way, the whole load and the processing of lossless scaling will go fully to your iGPU, and your main or external GPU will not have to take any extra load, and your game's FPS will not drop due to this. But it's fine if you're only having an external GPU and not any iGPU or any secondary GPU. Just leave it like this. And then, if you're using multiple displays at the same time with your single system, then make sure to enable this setting, otherwise keep it off, okay? Now, after all these, go to Lossless Scaling Settings section. Set any key or a combination of keys to toggle lossless scaling on and off in between the game. After that, make sure to enable these 3 settings, and then, click on your newly created game preset. And now my friends, you're all set. Let the lossless scaling window open for now. Press Alt plus Tab to switch your window. Okay, let's test this on Nier Automata. If you already have the game on Steam, you may know already that you cannot play this game natively beyond the 60 frame rate mark. As you can see from the Steam overlay statistics, the game is hard-locked, giving me constant 60 FPS. Now, you might want to play games like this at a higher refresh rate.
Feeling nice has no bearing on completing missions.
Really? I think you underestimate me.
So, let me get back to the game's display option. Keep the game's resolution same as per your monitor. Then make sure that the display mode is set to either windowed or borderless mode, and not on the exclusive full screen mode. Or turn off the full screen option if the game has one. And don't change the graphics settings if your game is giving 60 FPS at a stable pace most of the time. Okay, after that, get back to the game's world, and open the lossless scaling window. Make sure that the new game preset is already selected. After that, simply click on the scale button over here. And then, quickly get back to the game window by pressing Alt plus Tab keys, and wait for a few seconds, and bam! Nier Automata is now running at a constant 120 FPS, with negligible and almost no input lag at all. Now, you can see both the base FPS, and the frames generated by lossless scaling over at the top left corner. Now, at 2x frame generation, the game is running very much smoother at a stable 120 FPS with LS frame gen, without any major issue, or any noticeable input lag at all. Yes, you can use up to 20x frame generation, we have the option here, but yeah, that would be not practical really at all. You can ideally switch to 3x, or perhaps to 4x, to know what multi-frame generation actually feels like. Talking about my experience, I can play and enjoy hard-locked games like this with LS frame generation all day, instead of playing them without it. I don't feel any such latency issues here. Sure, there will be always a bit higher milliseconds of latency on all frame gen techniques, no matter which company makes it. Now in my regular life, I do always use lossless scaling to make my experience better with these titles. Can you enjoy playing games like this? Of course, most of you can. Don't listen to others yelling nonsense about frame generation. Yeah, they are correct in some points, but not in all. So just try by yourself to see if it is useful for you or not. Both upscaling and frame generation and lossless scaling are great and very helpful for many games, especially where you can now play all those older titles, with better performance and enhancements, without waiting for the studios or publishers to fix their games. And here's Alice Madness Returns, a game hard-locked at 30 FPS, now playable at 60 FPS. You can go beyond that, but I think this is suitable for most people. And here's Burnout Paradise Remastered, running at 120 FPS without any input lag almost, and also without any game-breaking issues. You can even play games that don't even have any HD resolution support, like Splinter Cell Pandora Tomorrow. Yeah, this game also has its own issues. It always crashes on Windows whenever you try changing the in-game resolution beyond 1024 by 876. Also, the game runs at 60 FPS by default, so yeah, you can enhance the game more vastly than before. Last but not the least, let's take Sekiro Shadows Die Twice. Yeah, you can now torture your souls with double the frame rate or even more. Now talking about the input lag, it's almost not there and not noticeable when you play your games. And trust me guys, most people even won't recognize if the game is running using fake frames or not, even if you're a hardcore single-player game enjoyer. I've played all these games, like Assassin's Creed 2, Red Wings, Batman Arkham Collection, The Elder Scrolls V, Skyrim, Styx, etc., using lossless scaling FSR upscaler and LS frame generation technique combined together. It gives me a much better experience and enhancement. This reflects that how much hard work the developers have put into making this great software, especially at this much lower price point. I appreciate THS, who's the creator behind lossless scaling, for all the immense effort and hard work on lossless scaling. Hence in the end, you should absolutely invest and buy this lossless scaling software, so that you could play all those hard-locked games from your Steam library, along with further better and sharp visuals in those older titles. So yeah, my friends, this is how you can play most hard-locked PC games at higher frame rates that does not go beyond 60 FPS by using lossless scaling. Let me know about your thoughts, and also let us know about your experience if you're already using lossless scaling. And if you have any question, please ask me in the comments below. Thank you so much guys for watching the video. God bless you all, and I will see you in another video.